Ms. Lassio, you say before this court gave you a date to appear to resolve your paternity dispute, your relationship with the defendant was on the brink of ending. You're here to prove that he is the father of your 7-month-old daughter, Aubrey, and are hoping to save your family. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Abbott, you say you are devastated the plaintiff has put your family's future in jeopardy and state you plan to leave her if the DNA results prove you are not Aubrey's biological father.
Yes, Your Honor.
So, Ms. Lassio, what is the state of your relationship exactly?
I'm here today to save our family. I'm here today to show Jacob that he is the father of our 7-month-old daughter, Aubrey, that I've made a mistake, but I know he is the father of Aubrey. Our relationship has been very bumpy. Jacob has no trust in me at all. He has a tracker on my phone.
And you say the day this court called you.
Yes, the day.
He was moving.
Yes. The day that I got the call from the courtroom, he was moving out. He had packed his stuff. He was ready to be out of the door.
I was out the door, Your Honor. I had everything packed in my truck. I was ready to go. This courtroom, calling her, has actually saved us as of right now. And I need the results of this paternity today to find out if Aubrey is my daughter. Because if she's not, I'm gone. I am gone.
I want to understand, Mr. Abbott, your doubt. Why are you doubtful?
Lacey told me she was pregnant, and we were very excited. I told family members. You know, we went to a paternity place to find out if she was actually pregnant after we had taken an at-home test, and they had told her she was, and her family members started buying her maternity clothes and so forth, and she had like a guilty conscience, and that's when she told me she had messed up and she had slept with the other dude, that this could possibly not be my child. And I asked her, what do you mean? She told me that I could only be the possibility, but right when she got her first ultrasound, she found out the conception date, and it was Easter, and she slept with him and me that Easter weekend.
All right, so Ms. Lassio, how did you end up with another man? You say you made a mistake, but how?
Jacob and I had just recently gotten back together. We were on like a little break, and we were supposed to have like this great Easter weekend and go camping and everything, and I don't remember why we were fighting, but we were in an argument. So, and I was hanging out with one of my friends, and I reached out to another guy, and whenever I reached out to him, we ended up hooking up. We hooked up one time, and then I was back together with Jake.
And when you say hooked up, that means you had sex.
Yes.
Did you use protection?
No, we did not.
Who is this guy?
He was just someone from my past, nobody special or anything. It's more like, I feel like I more contacted him to like shove it in his face, like, oh, I have my own place and a car now, and like I'm doing so good. That's more of the reason, like, why I even contacted him, was more to shove it in his face, like, I'm doing so good now, and you're still doing nothing with your life.
Your Honor, she also cheated on me with him a year ago and kept it a secret, and thankful for my friend telling me. If he would have never told me, I still wouldn't know to this day. She sat there and lied to me the whole time, saying she didn't do anything. There's nothing to worry about. I wouldn't do this to us. And I sat there and I did my little investigation for a few hours after she went to bed on her phone, found a fake Facebook, got into it, and found out everything. And that's when I woke her up and said, you gonna sit here and deny it now when I have the proof. So throughout this whole time, she's really given me no reason to believe her, because I felt I was completely fooled. That's why we're here today. I wanna know if Aubrey's my girl.
And I wanna understand this. You say a year ago she cheated with the same guy? So I thought you said you only slept with him just the one time.
I slept with him a year prior to that, and that was the first time that I had cheated on Jake with him. And since that point, I denied it and everything at first. I didn't think he could find evidence, and I figured it wasn't worth losing my family over. That was like a mistake that I made, And I wasn't going to admit to it. I wasn't going to lose my family over one horrible choice that I made. And after that, Jacob started with always thinking I was cheating, always thinking I was up to no good, always just automatically assuming like, oh, if you're here, what are you doing here? Oh, it's GPS on your phone says you're here, because he's always had a GPS tracker on my phone. And there's been times with the GPS, I've been asleep in bed and he's been up checking it, and the GPS will say, I'm down the street when I've been in bed sleeping. So how are you gonna believe a GPS if I've been in bed sleeping and it says I'm down the street? If it's done it once, how am I gonna say, I don't know why it says I'm over there? If it's messed up once, it's very possible it's messed up several times.
So after you cheated and you came clean and you told him, he had this tracker on your phone and he would never believe anything you say?
Correct.
Did you sleep with this man more than one time or just the one time?
Just the one time a year ago, and then just the one time at the conception date. So more than one time.
Okay, that's what I was hearing. If you want more episodes of Paternity Court, make sure to subscribe and click on the notification bell. So I want to understand these dates. Let me go to my calendar. The doctor told you your conception date was when?
Easter weekend.
Easter weekend, so that's April.
It was in between like April 16th through April 23rd.
All right, so April 16th through the 23rd is the window of conception.
Yes.
All right, now, when were you intimate with Mr. Abbott?
I was intimate with Mr. Abbott before the window of conception and on the 20th, and then after as well.
Okay, so during the window of conception on the 20th, you were intimate with Mr. Abbott.
Yes.
Now, when were you intimate with this other guy that you say you made the one-time mistake, which is really two times?
On April 18th, Your Honor.
April 18th. So this is the other guy.
Yes, Your Honor.
So very clearly, both men fall in the window of conception.
Yes, Your Honor.
2 days apart. Why are you so certain Aubrey is Mr. Abbott's biological child? How can you be that certain?
I know she's his. I know there's no possible way that she is the other guy's.
But
I know
conception, you know conception does not require intention.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yes.
There's nowhere in the biology book that says intention is a prerequisite for conception. How do you know that this other man is not your baby's father?
The way that Jake is with her, I believe that's only something a father and daughter can have. I know there's step-parents out there that have great relationships with their children, but the bond that they have together, when he walks in the room, the way that she crawls after him first, the way that she'll throw a fit until her dad will look down at her and pick her up, that's not something a step-parent or anyone in the world can have. That's only a father and daughter relationship. That's their bond. Jake is her dad.
And do you feel this connection to Mr. Abbott?
I do. Family says she looks a lot like me, but with the conception date and her doing that was so close, I can't be certain.
And so Aubrey's 7 months old.
Yes, Your Honor.
Up until this time, you've maintained a positive, healthy relationship with her, even though you're doubtful?
Yes, Your Honor. I've been there the whole time throughout her pregnancy. I mean, look at her right there. I love this girl. She is my daughter. I just need the answers to be sure so we can move forward past this.
And so you're an involved father?
Very involved. I feed her. I change her diapers. I'm there. Every minute I'm not at work, I'm there with Aubrey and the rest of our family.
And with our son as well.
And you have an older son.
Yes.
That's not Mr. Abbott's biological child.
No, he is not Mr. Abbott's biological child.
But he's a father to him as well.
Yes, my son knows Mr. Abbott as dad. He made the choice to call him dad, and Jake allowed him to do so. From the time he was 3 years old, Jake has been there to be his father, to be his role model, to help out with his to help out with schoolwork, to take him to the park, to show him, different ways to handle situations with friends and growing up and just being a boy. Jake is always there to help him in any way that he needs.
And so your intention to leave the family, if in fact Aubrey's not your biological child, will most certainly affect this young man as well.
Right, and
So a lot is at stake.
very much so, yes.
Were you at the hospital when the baby was born?
I was.
You were.
I was.
Did you go to doctor's appointments?
Yes, Your Honor.
And you participated?
Yes, Your Honor.
And when you were at the hospital, did you sign the birth certificate?
No, I did not sign the birth certificate. And
You did not.
No, I did not, and that was a very awkward moment because I wasn't sure if Aubrey was mine, and by then we had all known that she had slept with the other guy again. And it was kind of her choice until we got paternity for me to sign the birth certificate.
It was her choice that she wanted you to.
And she didn't necessarily want me to. She wanted to make sure that I was the father before I signed it.
And so was his family at the birth, Ms. Lassio?
Yes.
And they were aware that you told him not to sign the birth certificate?
Yes, they were, Your Honor.
And when they saw the baby, what was their reaction?
That she looks just like Jake. That she was a spitting image of her dad. It was just hard. I didn't want him to sign his name on the birth certificate if he wasn't because of my bad choice. I feel it's best that we need DNA. We need it done so we can move on with our family. But that's what we need. I can't have him sign his name when someone else could be responsible. And I didn't want to mess up his life by having him put his name on a birth certificate. If she wasn't his, that wouldn't be fair to him and it wouldn't be fair to her.
You're right. You're right. Did you ever tell this other man that he potentially could be the father?
Yes.
And ask if he wanted to be a part of her life?
Yes, Your Honor, I did. I contacted him through Facebook and he wanted nothing to do with it at all whatsoever. He told me, have an abortion, it's not mine, I can't have kids. I heard every excuse from him, and he was just a loser.
Wow. That's unfortunate.
Our relationship is crumbling at this point, Your Honor. I know Jacob is a father, and I know with these results, our family can move forward, and we can be a family, and we can go on and get married, and do everything that we wanted to do together with our family.
And so, Mr. Abbott, do you regret that choice, not signing the birth certificate, or you believe it was the right thing to do?
I believe at the time it was the right thing to do. Now, I wish I would have signed it.
Why do you say that? When you stand here saying you have doubts and you have your truck packed up, you're ready to leave your family because of this?
Everyone says she's mine, but it comes down to the conception date again. My mom family says she's an Abbott. She says they look just like me when I was a baby. I mean, look at her.
She's beautiful.
Thank you.
But I can see in your eyes that you really don't know.
I don't, and I'm here today to find out, Your Honor.
And so are you certain that there is no chance that this relationship can withstand this if, in fact, you are not Aubrey's biological father?
If Aubrey is not mine, Your Honor, I'm gone. There's no more. It's a wrap. It's done. It's over.
These results were prepared by DNA Diagnostics, and they read as follows. In the case of Lassio versus Abbott, as it pertains to 7-month-old Aubrey Ann Lassio, it has been determined by this court, Mr. Abbott, you are not her father. I'm so sorry.
It's over.
Mr. Abbott, even given the bond you've already developed with Aubrey and Ms. Lassio's other child, can you really just walk away?
I don't know. That's why I didn't walk away the first time. It's because of our other son. And I grew up in a broken home, and I don't want that.
It's obvious you love the children. And you love Miss Lassio.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. There's nothing I can say to fix it. I love you and the kids love you. Even if it's not biological, you couldn't be any closer to them than anyone else in the world.
Miss Stokley, you say you feel pain and guilt in your heart for claiming the wrong man was your daughter, Waikia's biological father, for the past 23 years. You are here to right your wrong and now prove to the defendant that he is her dad. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Tucker, you say you were first told you were Waikia's dad only a few months ago. You and your daughter, Candace, say there is no way today's DNA will reveal you are Waikia's biological father. Is that correct?
Your Honor, I don't know nothing about that, Your Honor.
Okay. So, Waikia, tell me how you finally hear about Mr. Tucker.
Well, as long as I could remember, I always heard about Mr. Tucker. I always heard that it was a possibility that another guy might be my father. Even before I knew what a possibility was, this how long ago this was. All my life, I heard about this guy.
Well, I always knew Mr. Tucker could have been Waikia's father. At the time, I was in a relationship with my ex that was living with me, but I always knew he could have been her father.
Excuse me, Your Honor.
Yes?
I don't know about that. I really don't.
You never knew anything about it?
No. Only saw Waikia since she was 8 years old, and that was it.
Waikia, you remember seeing Mr. Tucker when you were 8 years old?
Yes, I do.
Can you describe that encounter for the court?
Yes, because I remember it like it was yesterday. I remember I was coming out of the store, and we bumped into this guy, and this guy looked down over top of me and looked me in my face and said, "Do you know who I am? My name Willie." And I said, "How, Mr. Willie?" And he said, "No, tell her who I am." And then he asked my mom, "Do I need some money?" And he gave me money. And that was the last time I seen Mr. Tucker until last year. I moved to a new neighborhood and I bumped into this guy. I felt I knew him from somewhere.
When you see him, do you remember him being the guy from when you were 8 years old?
No, I don't.
You don't? So you've bumped into him again now and you're just talking to him?
No, I actually felt it when I came in the door. When I seen him sitting there and we started talking, and it's my father. And I felt it the whole, well, I don't want to get too deep, but I felt something. It felt like I knew him forever. Like
Really?
I felt like I knew him for years. It was like magic. And as he was leaving the establishment, he turned around and he spoke to me first and said something, mentioned something. And he looked so familiar, I asked him, like, "Do you know my grandfather?" Maybe, he knew somebody from the neighborhood.
Yes.
And he was like, "No." And I told him I'm Kathy's daughter. And once I said that, he was like, "Well, do you know who I am? My name Willie. Ask your mom about me." And from there, we here.
So Candace, Miss Tucker, I'd like to hear from you.
I'm just sitting here because I'm just completely confused. My whole thing is I did hear about her when she was 8. I was with my dad at that time, and then I did meet her again. But it's just like she's saying that she's so sure that this is my dad's child, but why wait 23 years? And like it's basically like I will miss out on the whole sister. I've been around all my other sisters and brothers.
Do you believe that Miss Stokley is your sister?
No, because my dad, he loved his children, and if he had a possible child, I'm quite sure he would have said, "This is your sister," and we would have been a family.
I'm sorry, did you say why did she wait or he wait?
Why did your mom wait that long?
Or him?
Well, he didn't know. He would have told me.
Your Honor, if I knew about Waikia, I wouldn't be here.
And I'm sure that too, because my dad loved his kids.
So listen, okay, let's get back to this. So Miss Stokley, you say the reason you feel guilty is because you had another man believing he was Waikia's father?
Yes, Your Honor.
Explain.
I was living with my ex-boyfriend at the time, and I wasn't sure. I got stuck in a snowstorm with Mr. Tucker.
Okay.
And I had sex with both males. But I don't know if I went in the snowstorm pregnant. I got pregnant in the
Or if
snowstorm.
you came
I
out of the
pregnant.
snowstorm
I'm
pregnant.
not sure. Yes, Your Honor. I'm not sure how I went in.
Okay, but the bottom line is that's when you were with Mr. Tucker.
Yes, Your Honor.
So, Mr. Tucker, do you remember this snowstorm?
Yes, I do.
The snow, it was high. It was high, Your Honor. The snow was up to the peephole at the door. So I tried to leave the second day. When I opened the door, the snow fell in on us.
So you all were trapped inside.
That's storm.
And so during those entire 3 days, you were intimate.
Yes, ma'am.
Do you know when the snowstorm was?
It was in February, March.
February or March? Mm-hmm. If I'm calculating right, that would be 93.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and you guys were in Philadelphia?
Philadelphia, yes.
From Philadelphia. I want to look this up. The snowstorm blizzard of 1993, Philadelphia. Now, there it is. It says Philadelphia blizzard of 1993, the worst snowstorm in years, the 6th largest snowfall in the county. Snowstorm shut city down from March 12th to March 15th.
Yes, Your Honor.
So this is going to help us determine whether or not Mr. Tucker is truly a possible biological father for Waikia. Waikia, when is your birthday?
December the 2nd, 1993.
December the 2nd, 1993. Put in your birth date into this conception calculator and push calculate. The window of conception would be March 12th to March 18th. Sounds like things may have been heating up during that snowstorm. So, Miss Stokley.
Yes, Your Honor.
Were you with any other men during that time?
Yes, I was, Your Honor. I was with my ex that was my boyfriend at the time.
Okay, wait. So if the window points to Mr. Tucker, then why wouldn't you tell him that he potentially had a beautiful daughter before a couple months ago?
Well, but when I was pregnant with Waikia, after I had Waikia, we all live in the same neighborhood. I seen Mr. Tucker many a times.
So why not just tell him?
I would see him like in passing, because like I said, he would come to my neighborhood, I would go to his neighborhood, I saw an auntie live on his block. His sisters, they would say to me, where my niece at? Where my little niece at? Where my niece at?
His family members would say, where my little niece at?
Yes.
No, Your Honor, her mom, her friends, everybody in her neighborhood, when I be going to work, they was like, Willie, Zakia, you know,
Waikia.
That's the problem. I don't know them like
He
that.
really do.
No, I
He really do.
Listen,
make his
here go
sister.
my daughter. I know Candace Tucker. You understand? And her mom and all them see me in traffic in the street. They be like, Willie, you got a daughter. I don't know what to believe because she didn't tell me.
And then it's
Jan, he's lying.
Yeah, it's 2 men.
He's lying.
So hold on, I want to understand this.
lying.
Hold on. So Miss Stokley, is it
Yes.
your testimony that he knew the possibility?
He knew.
But you feel like he did not put forth an effort?
No.
So you went about your business of being mother and father.
At the time, I was still with my ex. So I couldn't go to Mr.
that's not
Tucker and
the
say,
father?
well, you know what? This is your daughter, this and the third. I see him from time to time, all the time.
But why shut me out?
I never shut you out.
Yes, you did.
What?
Your Honor, she shut me out.
You see me from
what
time
I'm
to
saying?
time, every time.
I didn't see
You
her
rubbed my
time to
stomach when I was
time.
pregnant.
If
You
I
seen it in
would
the
see
story.
her
You
time
seen
to
it when she was
time,
big. You seen it
I
all
would have
the
know
time.
her. I would have know her.
well,
He was cancer patient, all of them.
then the question I want answered is, if you knew where he was, you knew he was good to his children, you knew he was a good father, and when you ended that relationship, why is it you didn't try to make the connection for your daughter?
Sure. I'm not sure of that.
Okay, and
I'm not
you
sure.
know what? And
I was young, I'm not sure.
Listen, I will take that because it's an honest answer. I'm not here for you to make up something in hindsight. That does not serve us.
Right.
Your Honor, that's how they get down in North Philly. That's how they get down. They savage, do man to man, whatever. They don't care about no baby father.
Man to man to man.
They don't care about no baby father.
It wasn't about no man to man to man. Trust me, it wasn't about no man to man.
So listen, okay, let's get back to this. Mr. Tucker, I gotta ask the same question of you.
Yes.
Once your aunts, your family members, your mother, Willie, there's this little girl, Willie,
Man,
there's
they
this
don't know nothing about them.
But no.
Family,
You just said that they said to you,
I'm
Willie.
talking about her family.
Oh,
Her
okay.
family. Let's get it right.
Okay, so hold on.
Let's get it right. Her family. When I be going to work, minding my business, her family run up on me. Hey, Willie, you got a baby?
Wait, Mr. Tucker. Let me get it right. Let me get it right, honey. I love that statement, though, because that's something I would say. Let me get it right. Let me get it right. And you say, get it right. No, I do want to get it right. You were saying the people who were running up on you were from her family.
Yes.
And so that's why your response to them was, she hadn't told me nothing.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, now, even with that said, once you had information from her family, even if it wasn't your family,
Right.
why then would you not pursue it and say, Kathy, Miss Stokley, people keep coming up to me talking about we got this little girl. What is going on with this little girl?
A real woman front they man, okay?
But a real father finds his children.
Like I said.
And wait a minute, what's the matter, Waikia?
Yana.
What are you feeling right now?
Because I keep thinking about how he said, this my daughter. I wish somebody could say that to me. I want to have a dad. I didn't even get a chance. I would love to have the relationship that they got. I love how their relationship is. I would love to have a relationship like that with my dad. I wish I had an opportunity or a chance.
Your Honor.
Did you hear what she just said?
Your Honor, if she my daughter, I'll give her 100%. I'll give her all.
Are you all right, Waikia?
Yes, I'm fine. I'm sorry, guys.
And no. I'm gonna tell you something. As I've been doing this long enough, when he hit that note and said, "This is my daughter," something went in my heart.
Yeah.
But you did not. You didn't move.
Because that's what I do, Your Honor. I bury it. I hide it. I do that. I build that wall. I keep it there.
I understand. And I'm saying I felt it, but I looked at you and you didn't move, so I didn't say anything. So for you now to just be honest, and look, that's why we're here. This courtroom is a safe place to talk about issues that people used to consider to be taboo. We don't have to feel anymore the fear and shame of asking who my father is, or wanting to have the answer to that question, or saying, just like you did so beautifully, I wish I had that. I wish I had that chance. I have a good mother. She raised me. It's beautiful.
Her mother should have brought her around.
But Miss Tucker,
my daughter always
and I've
knew
been
about
around my father
ex.
forever. I live with my dad more than my mom, so I've been around. I've been around all the children. I know about all the baby moms. I know everything. I heard about her.
To say something like,
and that's what I remember.
Man, I would have took
8.
care of that. I would have took care of her.
I didn't say he wouldn't have took care of her.
Well, why was the argument?
That's not what I'm saying.
If
Cause you trying to say you only see my daughter 2 times and no, you didn't.
And she could stop crying or whatever. Cause
this is exactly what. I'm glad you refocused us, Mr. Tucker. Listen, this is what I want to know right now. Before we go to these results, I want to understand, what are your hopes for today?
Today, I hope I find out the truth. Today, I hope I could leave here being complete, knowing who my father is, who's my biological father. And from there, I want to just, dedicate all my time, my free time, to my dad so we could build our relationship, get to know each other, and the most important thing of all, we're going to add to the puzzle.
Amen. With that said, I'm ready for the results.
Here you go.
These results were prepared by DNA Diagnostics, and they read as follows. In the case of Stokley versus Tucker, when it comes to 23-year-old Waikia Stokley,
yes,
it has been determined by this court. Mr. Tucker, you are the father.
Bobby sisters.
Okay.
Thank you.
Start crying.
Thank you.
All right.
This is why I wake up in the morning and I cannot wait to come to my job. Because I want you to stand in this courtroom and I want you to point at Waikia. And I want you to say the line that she has been waiting for you to say. And you know what it is?
This my daughter.
Exactly.
Look.
You have two beautiful daughters.
And some more home back waiting for him.
And some more back home. So look, Waikia, you have now inherited, I'm sure, an amazing family.
Yes.
If they come from Mr. Tucker, I know they're entertaining. But listen, this is a beautiful thing.
My heart is that's doo-doo, doo-doo. Thank you, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.